Even if we're just dancing in the dark. What's up, guys? It's Sunday. We're gonna go for a ride. It's gonna take me forever to get there. Watch how the buses get delayed. Everything goes mayhem. Time right now is 11:15, 11:20. Let's see what time we get back here. Shall we? Sunday, guys, Sunday. Always. Can't have the comfort to get out without seeing people waiting for me in the lobby or screaming when I get there. They don't even know it. And these are the nice images I get. I've seen it all before in my other videos. Keep you disgusted, dirty things on your trail. It's an alien invasion. From the planet disgust. Attacking cars. It's Sunday, guys. the wind kicks in. Go. The reason why I show you everything, so you see it's not constant wind. You know what I mean? It's not constant. It happens and it goes away. That's how you know it's fake. And as I move, it moves with me. You see? You see things subtle. Then when I get there, they start to move. You see that? It's strange, this microchip thing. But you're going to see a lot of truths and proofs soon. As you get there, they move. It's like there's this wind on you, moving with you. You've seen the Truman Show in 1998. You see, wherever he goes, the rain follows him. There's a reason why it's called Truman, because he's a true man. And there's a reason why the guy who created this so-called evil show is called Christoph. That means Christ off. They turn him off. They want to turn him off. Right? Well, just a little story of entertainment before we get to the battle zone. The bus can get swarmed. On a Sunday, we should be nice and quiet. Should have a nice, comfortable ride. Shouldn't take forever to get there. The bus tops 8 minutes. You know, but every time I get there, I have to wait 20 minutes. At least. Sometimes even more. See that? Someone has to walk in front of you with you, so you see them in front of you, so you get annoyed. So there's always someone in your sight moving, or something, whichever way you want to take it. On a cold, windy Sunday. See? They have to grace me with their presence in the morning. And I got a big group coming towards me. Look at them. Zombies, guy. They're talking. Sunday morning, I'm crossing the street. I get to the intersection. What do I encounter when I first get there? You get the point. See how this works. As soon as I get to the corner, how many cars cross in front of me right there? It's a Sunday, guys. There should be nobody out here. Obviously, there's a couple of people in the bus stop with me, so I'm not comfortable. Can't get in there and smoke and, you know, get some warmth. No. If I'm not smoking, they'll start talking to annoy me when I get in there. You know, usually human beings, us, we love people, you know, we love company. We don't want to be lonely. This defines, you know, something new. I mean, it makes you hate people because they're not really real people, you know, because if they were, they wouldn't be acting like this. Real people don't do this. But they're trying to masquerade as the real people. That's what happens when you wake up. You see, you look at your environment and you see the distortion of truth in it. The masqueration of an entity trying to present itself as like you. You see the distortion of it because you see the back hidden intention that what they're really doing is they're attacking you. This is an attack, guys. You're being attacked when you see this much motion around you and noise. Attacking your senses to suck your soul out. Okay, this is not normal daily human being life. In the West, they've gotten us used to this busyness when we go to downtowns and, you know, for years and years. Look, someone always has to pace in a meaningless way for someone to walk from that way to there. So they've gotten us used to this downtown centers where it's busy with people walking back and forth and talking and everything. It's supposed to be a normal fun thing. It ain't. There's a reason for that. Pay attention to it. Look at their actions. Try to cover your eyes so you don't see too much motion around you from these people and noise. Go to a corner and try to stay away from it. You will realize that it will follow you there covertly, not knowing that it's following you there. The corpses don't know that. You know, just to keep creating that noise and motion in your face. So you heard the bus, he really pressed on it when he got here. He didn't have to, he took off all the way from there. That's because I'm looking down, see? I have the hat. So when I look down, I don't see all that movement you guys are seeing. That's the reason why I wear this hat. So I don't see that. So what the bus did is made some noise to tell me that the other side the bus came. I could have went there and got there much sooner. That's psychological warfare. That's how it works. This is not just about this time. This happens to me every time I come here. The other bus gets here before this one. And this one on weekdays is pretty popular. It's exactly like that one. There's no reason for that one to get here before this one. Even on Sundays, I think. So the reason why the stepped on the gas pedal for me to hear that noise to find out that the other bus came. Because if all these little moves happen around you all day long, they'll keep you miserable, ticked. Things don't work out for you. You never get there the first one in line. You know what I mean? It's all these little small details piled up together all day long that will amount to your misery. They're small little things that usually go unnoticed by us, and they should, because you know, they're not that, their function is just barely anything. But intentionally done, a lot of them put together all day long will pretty much make you miserable. It's the weight that really drains you out of your energy, you know? You're waiting. Everywhere you go, you're waiting. At times where it shouldn't be busy, in places where it shouldn't be a lot of people. These are the questions you'll start to ask when you wake up. And realize you're surrounded with a machine of torture. You know, exactly like they depicted in the movies. There's tubes stuck in you, sucking your soul out. Now, physically, it's done without touching you, on a attacking your senses from the outside, as far as you could see, as far as you could hear, as far as you could smell. That's how you're being attacked, without really, you know, touching your body. You get it? It's around you. It's the circular machine around you that goes boom, 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 boom. And the more you walk forward, the lesser the energy. That's what this is. And it's constructed, you know, of people, cars, you guys seen all my other videos, birds, insects, everything. So it's like this airborne entity in our air that pretty much zombified all these creatures long ago. That right now, nowadays, through the microchip, because it's more concentrated on you, the attack, when you wake up, you could expose such a thing, because it's never been done this close to a human being and this precise, this machine. Because the only way it can function is through a microchip. The humans gotta be microchipped for this to function properly around them. They have to know where you are. So this has never been exposed in history like this, even though things like these always happen from the beginning of time. This virus that's in our air, you know, that sort of controls people's minds. It's been around forever. And they depict it in the movies for you guys. Every single movie that you see out there, you see the truth of this. They're not even trying to hide it. They're straight up about it. You know, they show you. So, you know, See how long it takes? And it will take longer and longer and longer. So that's how it is, guys. So really annoy you. Come and stand in front of your face. Move when you look at them. All those things. There's always something happening in your face. You go nuts. You want to close your eyes. That's what I do. I can't possibly look at all this happening everywhere I go every day for the whole time. I can't. You know? And you wait, 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 and you wait. As I come here, look what I see in the corner over there. And you wait, and you wait, and you wait. Now someone's going to come and sit at the bus stop with me. They were standing outside. As soon as I come in and sit here, they're going to come and sit now. Now they'll get them to stop. He was heading to do that. Watch. He's going again. The entity that sees through your microchip controls them. Every single step you make, the little one, they take theirs in order to annoy you. See? So that's how it is, because you're not supposed to be comfortable. You're not. You're supposed to get annoyed. Everything you do, everywhere you go. Annoyed, annoyed, annoyed. So you saw this guy in the video just standing there to stay in my sight. As soon as I went and sat in the bus stop, he went in. And the bus ain't here. You see it? You see how this works? So as you take your step forward, the ideas in his head get implemented to do those things that will annoy you. Guys, I know this sounds really weird. Sounds fucked up. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Just look at the video and calculate for yourselves what you see. This is not an odd thing that just happened. This happens to me all day long. It's just hard to get it on camera. Because most of the time I'm just minding my own business. I can't record all day long like this. It's annoying. It'll take away from me. From my energy, from my concentration, from where I want to really get to. But once in a while I like to take it out and show you certain things, you know? So, I mean, it's not really smart to capture the wind in days where it's a little bit windy. I've done this for you summertime, where it wasn't windy at all. I've captured a lot of places where it gets windy. Check out my older videos. Cars revving their engines. It's brutal. It's brutal. As I came. Can't even light my cigarette. It's discomfort, the name of the game. Whether it's a fight between you and someone, an argument, physically around you. This, look what I have to hear now on a Sunday morning. You guys know all about this ongoing thing with this. I hear those at least a couple times a day, every day. Discomfort. You're always uncomfortable. I have to listen to this junk every day at least a couple times. Wherever I go, even if I come out for an hour. So now the bus will come loaded with people, a zillion people in it, on a Sunday at 11. Zillion. And anybody that could come and open those doors behind me and annoy me will come through here now that I'm standing. Now they're going to come on. So it is. So you can keep hearing the door ring. Even if you're not looking that way, you're looking this way, it's ringing in your ears, the door shutting and opening. As I move out of there, someone will come here now, or come up there and walk. The creator. You see how he was hesitant? He looked, then he went pulled back, because I wasn't expected to look at him. You see those people around you act weird. Why are you outside of the bus stop where it's freezing, outside where you could go sit inside in comfort? It's all those things that don't make sense. Look, look, look. Look how far they come to go in so I can see a part of them. Look. If you were going to go in here when I was standing there, his body shouldn't have been visible. Look at the small things, because they'll do the impossible for them to be seen, be put in my sight. They don't even know it. That's the sad part. I'm going to wake you guys up to a lot of truths this winter. It's going to be beautiful. Nobody wants to enjoy the freezing cold wind out there when you're standing in front of the bus stop. Now I walk back and I walk that way. You see a car come out of the plaza. Now if I go that way, something has to move. Those two people at the corner are talking and pointing their hands. Look, far away in front of you. That's how it is, guys. So everything is around you, around your microchip. And as you move, it actionizes. I don't know if that word makes any sense, but it's kind of like action as you turn. Because it's your eyes that activate everything. That's where the microchip is. If they could see through you, obviously it's something to do with that, with your visual cortex, whatever it's called, optic nerve. It's got to be something to do with those things for this to function like that on the outside. Otherwise it won't. The speed they're walking, so you see them from the side of your eye. The cards that get put in weird, actually no, they're not, these cards are blocked. I'm sorry guys, but you know from my older videos how cards are always being put in front of me in certain places. So it's where you look, the movement is supposed to take place, where you look. You'll see it's strange. Certain leaves move, the others don't. How's that possible? Right beside them. Because it's like a right on you kind of thing, right in front of you where you look. That's where the action takes place. Whether it's movement from people, cars, things moving, wind. That's how the microchip works. And the long wait. The long wait. Every bus is like this for me. Every bus, any day of the week. Most buses in Toronto are like 2-3 minutes, stops 5 minutes. Today's Sunday, yeah, they'll take a little bit longer. 10, 12, maybe 15, but not 20, 25, and 30. Every single one of them. People that live in Toronto know that. Okay, guys. Now that I start walking back that way, something has to approach you. It didn't happen while I was filming over there and talking to you about the leaves just a couple of minutes ago. No, it happens as you turn and walk that way. For you to get surprised with the movements. As you turn, they go shoo. As you turn, they go shoo. That's the idea here. That's how they suck the soul right out of you, your energy right out of you. They zombie your soul. Vampiring. Imagine you're standing in a certain place and everywhere you turn, things start to move right away all day long around you 24/7. Well, you're in a torture machine. Where movement can't take place, noise will. Where noise can't and movement, the air will come in and move things that could be moved. Flags, leaves, trees, whatever. Light objects on the floor that are put there by their people already for them to move. It's mind-boggling. Watch my older videos to see a lot of that. So I'm doing these videos now in hopes of, you know, people that go through this will get to these videos and will be able to wake up faster and realize what they're surrounded with. An entity that's supernatural, that's not even human. Even though it masquerades itself to be one, you know what I mean? Even though it does that. So they follow me all over here to talk. That's what that was about. But masqueraded as if it was something else. That's how it is. So if you don't wake up and start to calculate and ask questions, these things will look normal to you. You won't pay attention to them. Most people that completely don't pay attention to your surroundings, you're not supposed to live in your surroundings. No, that's unhealthy too. A huge dose of it will turn you into a schizophrenic paranoid. But you're supposed to at least know about it. Give it a little look. You know what I mean? Understand what's happening around you. And people that are not awakened don't do that. They don't pay attention to it at all. Zero. Even though it looks like they're seeing what's happening around you, but they're not, because they're not really paying attention and calculating and asking questions. How come? You know, why? All these questions that will lead you to logical, common sense answers about your environment, and you'll realize the conspiracy waged around you. So you have to wake up in order for you to notice those things. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buses that are 85. The express didn't come here yet. It's supposed to really piss you off, drain you. Now, if this event happens only once in one place that you've been to, fine. But when it happens in every single place that you go to, then you start to question it. What's going on here? Why am I feeling like shit at the end of the day? I'm drained. I got no energy. But that's why. That's what this does. It sucks the energy right out of you without even touching you through your senses. Your eyes, ears. Now, I've made a lot of these videos where I would just record on my way to certain places, which proves the truth more than anything. But soon, especially this winter, I'm not gonna do much of that, guys. You're not gonna see much of this. I'm gonna concentrate mostly on the places that I go to, the establishments, how I get treated, the things people say to me, to expose them and show you how psychological warfare is all over them. And pretty much what's gonna happen with me, big events. And I'm gonna make certain movies for you where I insert clips from movies out there so they make sense to you. You know what I mean? So they'll pretend that they're going towards the bus, and now they're pretending they're looking at the sign to see what time it's coming. Now they don't even want to wait there anymore. It's all psychological warfare. So throughout this whole time that I've been talking on the phone, all you saw is a bunch of people get activated around me, here and there and here and there and here and there. In the end, none of them want to stay where they wanted to, take off from. They just took off somewhere else. Illogical things that don't make sense. In this weather, why would you stand right outside of the bus stop? No, you'd go inside. I don't go in there because they'll start talking. I was smoking a cigarette. And I want to make a video for you guys. He has no reason to stand in the wind. He'll go in the bus shelter. That makes sense. So, these videos are pretty much a sort of a gift waiting for people that just wake up, to hopefully tap into them when they start to ask questions, start searching YouTube or the internet for answers, and hopefully they'll, tap into them and realize that what's really happening around them. It took me about a year to really understand what was going on 100%. That way it'll take you guys maybe sooner. I'll wake you up to it. I'll introduce you to things that I had to actually get to them on my own. You know what I mean? You guys will pretty much be guided into them. That's the idea, is for us as human species to help one another. And that's it, guys. That's it. Pretty much. That's where it stands. So it's the idea is to put you in this really freezing cold wind for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Show you that the other buses, 6, 7 of them are going to be passing by. You're going to go, oh shit, why don't I go to the other side? I've done that back in the days many times. Fell for the trap. Once you go there, this one will come. That one won't. Those experiences in life are not normal, guys. I know a lot of you have gone through them. That's because there's something going on around us that's not natural. You know what I mean? That's not the way life is supposed to work. Sort of like if you follow something, you won't get it. Once you stop wanting it, it will come to you, kind of thing. That's not true. But there is a supernatural entity around us that controls the physical realm. This is why when we want physical things, physical pleasures, this happens to, not all the time, but sometimes. It's to pull you into them even more. Because in the end, they're useless. Physical pleasures are, it's bondage. You know what I mean? So when you count on them, when you live purely for them, you're a slave. You're supposed to live in the emotional and spiritual realm. And then once in a while, tap into the physical to keep you alive. That's how it works. That's how human beings are. We're not supposed to be marinated in the physical realm and, be feeding off its physical pleasures on and on and on. You'll turn into a slave. So, this is what's going on. Now this guy's been sitting there not moving the whole time, not talking. Watch. Things because they happen around all day long. It's a machine. It's not a spontaneous human action. It just happens here and there. It's a machine implemented into corpses just to drive you nuts. It's just banging. So the little kid hugs the bus shelter and starts to bang. Right. You see? Noise, motion. Noise, motion. That's a good video. And seeing all day long ambulances and garbage trucks and school buses and FedEx trucks and what else around me all day long. 50, 60 of them, 100. Those are the ones you see in the previews of shows that talk about zombies and vampires. Watch The Walking Dead. You see how there's a school bus in the preview always was parked beside a cop car and an ambulance and fire truck. Watch those things in movies. Look out for them. So this entity speaks to us through the movies indirectly in a covert way, insinuating what it's doing to us outside in real life. Gotta look out for those things and make sense out of them. Now the bus is here. So half an hour, pretty much. Yep. Almost exactly. So now I gotta get Sunday today. I left at almost 11:20 because the place that I'm going to opens at 11:30 and it closes at 1. I'm almost not gonna make it. And it's not that far away. It should be tops with the 2 buses that I take about a half an hour and 35 minutes to get there. Especially if it's loaded, I'm gonna laugh. It's Sunday, guys. At this time, nobody even leaves their house. It's nasty out there too, unless you really have to. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna make a clip for you guys on my channel, mention all these elements before those movies start, and tell you the characteristics that happened to me inside a bus and on the way there. You'll see them being implemented every day, the same ones, same characteristics. There's about 25 of them. I'll attach it to this one. So you look out for those things as you're watching this video, how these things get implemented around me everywhere I go. So who goes on the bus with me? Not the elderly people, the kids, so they can keep screaming and run. You're being attacked, guys. So The people that will come on and will make noise, making it look like they were making it already before they got on. I wasn't realize the story. Or they're too obvious to get out from. That's how it is. See? They're talking. And if you speak that particular language and you can interpret what they're saying, you realize it doesn't make any sense. Meaningless. So it's that noise, motion, and object stuck in your face that wants to follow you everywhere you go, masturbating itself as it's waiting in the bus or taking an object to an apartment in the building. But the main intention is this. Once you concentrate on those things through the eyesight and the hearing, you realize the same intention is being applied with every single movement you're encountering outside, inside, everywhere. Objects to stay in your face, constant motion, constant noise, to drain energy out of you. These are the things that I want you to concentrate on in my videos, because they expose this. And the people that are implementing this, they don't even know what they're doing. They're dead, in a way. It's hard to see this, you know? Next stop, Allenport Road. So when it gets really quiet, if you're sitting on a seat, you're comfortable, nobody's moving, so that many people on the bus driver starts to drive like a maniac, slamming on the brakes and making your ride as uncomfortable as possible. And it's like still, it's discomfort, the name of the game. Annoying and discomfort. Uncalled for, this way of driving on a Sunday. It's nice and quiet, it shouldn't be busy. You should get your destination calmly, slowly. All this happens to you because of your microchip, because you're being pinpointed. That's how it is. So, here you go again. Big objects in front of you. You can stand anywhere on the bus. Anywhere. You know? One leaves, one in the blue, and one comes. You never see two in front of you together or none at all. It's this constant ongoing tag machine that, will expose this pretty much. It's tag. See? That's how it works. As you come out, they're moving in front of you to get in. They couldn't stood there and got in. So when you come out, you didn't see anyone move in front of you, no. As you're about to come out, they're still standing. As you're about to come out, they start walking, pacing in front of you to get into the bus. Even though the bus stopped a while before that. They start to work their way to get this way, then they move that way. I've seen this zigzagging all day long, especially when I look down. Like this, when I don't look down, you don't see. So what they do is they work their way towards you. Then as they're about to bump into you, they move away. A lot of those things, guys, it's hilarious. It's mostly towards you. They work their way slowly. It's funny. Most of them, when I look at their faces, they just pause for a second as if they didn't know what they were doing. Then they pull back. And they don't. It's like this machine controls them. It's just brutal, guys. That's what the microchip exposes you to. I don't like to talk much. I just like to show you in video what's going on. So Anything I say on a video, if you don't see it happen right away, if you look at my older videos, you'll see it happen. So she's walking away now. Why? Why? Why did she walk all the way there? Because I'm looking that way. She has to move when I look. Unnecessarily looking in a person, the freezing cold. Do you want to take this bus? Come to inside the bus shelter. Do you want to walk away? How come you haven't already? How come you've been there the whole time? These are the weird actions, guys. Now I get people walking towards me, crossing the street, that do not make any to take away the bus shelter because it's warm in there. I'll be comfortable. And if I walk in, they'll start talking. I'm still uncomfortable. And this weird lady that wants to enjoy the sunny weather today, that keeps walking when I look at her. That's how it is. So it's you gotta really, you know. And then they start talking loud, pretend that they're crazy. She was on the bus. There was nothing wrong with her. You get it, guys? See how this works? It's these weird things that you notice along your trail that have nothing to do with the actions that they're doing. It only has to do with them pretty much pacing in front of you. Now I'm looking at the bus over there to see the time up there. The guy, what did he do in the bus shelter? Took out his cell, moved, put his hand in his pocket. Look at those things. Now he's not. Now constant people going back and forth from that way to this way. Every time I come to this bus stop, non-stop. That way, this way. That way, this way. Constant. This is the idea. To pretend you just went into the store, got, groceries and you're going home. But no, pay attention. You'll realize that's true. And that way and this way, because I'm looking over there, right? That's how it is. You're bombarded from all corners. That's how they're zombifying you. And it's everywhere you go, anytime, you name it. Now this bus usually takes 10 minutes. I always get here just as soon as the other one has left. So I wait the whole entire 10 minutes. Always like this. That's how you know that there's some sort of a conspiracy waged on you that controls things. You know what I mean? Around you in your surroundings. It's the only way to find out. It's for you to ask these questions, you know? When people can talk, cars will honk. And remember, they don't happen all together. I've shot for you guys over, I don't know how many thousands of hours of video footage on my channel. If you can spot in more than one video that cars honked at the same time people were talking and at the same time trucks were making noise and revving their engines, I'll give you anything you want. Those elements happen to me every day, all day long, yet they never happen at the same time. How come? You have to ask those questions, then you realize what's happening around you. How you're in a machine of noise and motion. They're supposed to keep you leveled up, drained. Okay guys, enough recording, I gotta split. Now you know this bus gonna take another, so the one way to my destination, look how long it took me. You can imagine the way back. It's annoying to record the whole time, it's a lot of work. I'm gonna have some fun. Listen to some music, see you later.